Hey guys, ViscosCom24 here, bringing you a real quick tutorial video on how to create a protected spawn for your worlds. So, pretty much, this is just going to show you how you can create a radius of adventure mode for your spawn areas. It'll be a huge sphere, and that's basically it. It's gonna have quite a few command blocks needed, so let's just jump right into it, I guess. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is do /give at self, or just don't even need the at self, but I like to put it in, so at self command underscore block. As you can see right there, I've been given a command block, as you can see in the chat. So pretty much you're just going to want to find a location for your spawn, and I like this little clearing, so I think I'm going to have my spawn be right here. So the way this works is you need to put down the command block, then get out an armor stand, name tag, and an anvil. And what you're going to want to do is find somewhere that you want to be the central point of your spawn, and then place the armor stand. And now name it something that no one would name an armor stand. Nope, wrong thing. Name tag. And then I like QWERTY. Very, very simple, easy to remember how to type it. And now we have our boy QWERTY. QWERTY is going to be just the central point. So now basically what we're going to want to do is /execute addy type equals armor underscore stand, comma, name equals QWERTY, and bracket. You're going to have to hit the plus button. See more. Then put your 3 tildes, or squigglies, as I like to call them, /game mode A. Hold on, I'm going to see. Bracket R equals, and then however far away from your, how many blocks away from the center point you want the, bubble to be. Hold on, game mode A at A, forgot about that. Then you put your bracket, and then you do R, I'm just going to do 50, but you can set it to whatever you want for your spawn area. It was 50. And now, if you set this to repeat, and I'm going to leave it on needs redstone, so I can control it, lever, and when I do this, and I flick it, it will spam the chat. Now, as you can see, I've been set to adventure mode, because I'm within the radius. But I've turned that off, so I can go back into creative and not be turned to adventure. So that's pretty much what this will do. But as you see in the chat, you get completely spammed. So the way to turn off the spam is /game rule command block output false. And it won't actually stop the command from working, as you can see. But as you can see, it does still spam, but it's removed one of the spams. But it just turns off the command block /game mode C. So now to turn off the chat spam, what you have to do is /game rule. Try my hardest. Send command feedback false. And that should remove all the spam. So as you can see, I've now been forced into creative, and I get no chat spam. So basically, that's how you do it. And now you won't be able to see the outcomes of any of your commands, unfortunately, but you can still see what the command blocks are doing. And that is the important part. because in here they tell you the previous output right there. So now that you have that, this guy will have a radius of adventure mode 50 blocks out. So way over here is where the radius will end. This guy is just the center point. So now that you have that, you might be thinking, hey, well, how do you get out of adventure mode once you get out of the radius? And so for that, forgot about this. I'm gonna break that lever and put it on this side. You're going to want to do the following. So you see the little arrows on the command blocks, those actually are important. The arrows show you which way the command block would be feeding into, in a sense. So these are actually directional, and the arrow is pointing into this command block, meaning that if I set this to chain and always active, when this command block has an output, this command block will be activated. So here, you're going to want to do /execute at E type equals armor underscore stand, name equals QWERTY. Have to hit the plus button again, put in your 3 tildes, then do /game mode s at a r equals around about 60 is what I'm going to set this to, so that no, 55. And this new radius is pretty much just how far out someone will be. Like the new radius will set you to survival mode, but if I were doing this normally, you would be switching between adventure and survival every tick, and tick is around about a 20th of a second, so I believe it's a 20th of a second. I'm not certain, but you know, a tick is very, very fast. So you'd just be constantly switching, and it would be no good. So, in order to prevent that, you put RM, which stands for minimum radius. I don't know why it's not MR, but yeah. And then you just set that to your first radius that you put in to this one. And what this does is it makes it so that if you are within 55 to 50 blocks away from our boy QWERTY here, you will be set to survival mode. And if you are within 50, you will be set to adventure. So if I quickly flick this on, you can see if I go right into my menu and go here, see, personal game mode is adventure. But if I go 50 blocks out, which will take me a little while, I should be set to survival mode. And so the reason I've set it to 50 is because you generally have to be really far out in order to prevent, as you can see, personal game mode has been set to survival. So I'm just going to quickly run on back to QWERTY. But the reason I've set it so far out is because if you are doing like anarchy servers, you're going to need to have ways to prevent stuff like nuke and infinite reach. And so generally the limit for those infinite reach things is actually pretty far out. So I just have set it to pretty far out. So in order to keep this man loaded, you would have to do /tickingarea, and I generally don't, but /tickingarea is a very, very simple command. Just, you know, /tickingarea. And as you can see, from XYZ to XYZ, and you can just add a ticking area for your command blocks and your armor stand, Mr. QWERTY here. Now, you might be thinking, hey, isn't QWERTY going to be a bit obvious, you know, sitting right here? And yeah, generally you would want to have this guy hidden so that he can't be seen. And as an extra measure, you can add in another one of these command blocks, chain always active, and then you can just do effect at E, type equals armor underscore stand, name equals QWERTY, and you want to put visibility. Ooh. Visibility, and you can just do 10, or even just 1, 1, true. And now this should make it so that when I click this, he becomes invisible, and you don't even see any particles or his name. You can still equip stuff, though, so you would want to have him hidden. And that's pretty much just how you do it. Now, you might be thinking, hey, wouldn't this just make it so that everyone, even people I want to be able to be in creative mode, would just be set to survival or creative? And, yeah, they would. So what you would have to do is you'd have to go into this section here, and then right after the R in the first command, you would do name equals, and then put an exclamation point, and then you can put in the names of people you want to be protected from the adventure mode and survival mode. So you do, for me, it would be my current gamer tag, and then you're going to have to do the same for this. Alright, and now if you just flick the lever again, there you go. You'll see he becomes invisible again, and these commands are activated, but as you can see, there are no targets for this thing to select, meaning that this command block right here can't do anything to me, and that one can't do anything to me either. If there were other players in the world, of course, though, they would be affected, seeing as it is, not targeting me, but targeting everyone else. So yeah, that's pretty much just how you do it. Very, very simple, in a way, command chain here. It's really nothing too much, just these 3 commands, and they look long and complicated, but they're really just, setting the game modes. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this real quick command block tutorial video. I really hope you enjoyed this and find it useful for any servers you might be trying to set up. Seeing as I don't understand plugins, I work with command blocks, and this was what I managed to put together. So, yeah, that's just about it. That's all for now. This is Ghost24, and I'll see you next time. Real quick thing for copy here, so I don't have to deal with being set to made for kids. Fuck. See y'all later, bye.